Welcome to another ICAM Foundation tutorial. In this video, you'll learn the full interface of GENER Foundation. From the Launch panel, select your options and click OK. This will launch the full GENER interface. By default, 3 windows will show: the Input, Output, and Console windows. In each of those windows, clicking once will process one line in that window. This might result in multiple lines for the other windows. The Input window will show all of the APT file that has been processed. The Output window will show the resulting NC code generated from the APT file. The Console window will show all messages, warnings, or errors that the post generated in while post-processing. Clicking the Console window will generate the NC code until we reach the end of the input file. You can move the windows around by simply grabbing the window name and dragging. It will snap into preset locations. There are 2 other useful windows available in GENER: the Source window and the Variables window. The Source window will show the complete input file with an arrow showing which line of the input file will be processed next. Clicking on the left of a line in the Source window will pause the process once GENER has reached that line. If you put a breakpoint inside a macro, it will pause every time you reach that point in that specific macro. The Variables window will show you which variables are being activated while the macros are processing. You have 4 tabs available that are already populated and 3 watch lists that you can choose your own desired variables you would like to review. The tabs available are Automatic, Global, Object, and Local. The Automatic tab will add and remove variables as they're processed in the macros. When a variable is triggered in a macro, it will appear in the Automatic tab. When you reach the end of the macro, all the variables will be removed from that tab. When you reach the end of a logical test, only the variables used in that test or inside the conditional test will remain. The Global tab will keep track of all the global variables used in the post. The value of each variable will update as the variables get triggered in the macros. These variables are available for every macro in the post. The Object tab will keep track of all the object variables used in the post. The value of each variable will update as the variables get triggered in the macros. These variables are also available to every macro in the post. The Local tab will keep track of all the local variables used in the post. The variables will appear as the variables get triggered in the macros. Once you get out of the chosen macro, the list will return to empty. Global and object variables behave the same. The difference between a global and object variable is related to CamPost, our complete development platform. To access these windows, click on the related icons in the main bar, or you can find them in the Debug menu. The drop-down menus include the File menu. Here, you can save the job or start a new one. The Run menu contains the actions related to the progress of the post-processing. The View menu has the window options. The Debug menu has the Source and Variable window. It also contains the macro step-by-step functions. Here, you'll find the Breakpoint Manager. The Tools menu contains the configuration and preferences. The Window menu allows you to save or load a different layout of GENER. You can customize the size and position of every window and save that arrangement for a future job. The Help menu has all the support-related information. Underneath the menus, you have the main toolbar. The buttons are related to the task at hand. You can create a new job, or once the processing is finished, open the tape and listing file for review. The window buttons allow you to open and close the different windows. The Diagnostic window will display the related information concerning a message, warning, or error that has been triggered. The Controller window will display which G-code or post-processor functions are presently active. The Source and Variable window, followed by the Stack window. This will tell you how many embedded macros are active at the moment. This is useful to know which macro is currently being triggered. In the Breakpoint Manager, you can create or disable preset breakpoints. You can create a breakpoint inside a macro if you know the line where you would like the breakpoint to be. Trigger a pause when you have a specific major word has been reached. You can trigger your breakpoint at a specific line in the tape file, a line in the physical CL file, or on a line in the translated file. You can also trigger a breakpoint when a variable change to show specific warnings or errors that occur. The Macro Manager shows all macros in the post. You may choose to hide, show, or simply deactivate them. The following buttons are related to the progress of the post-processing. You can process, pause, step, fast forward, or restart the post-processing. You can search for a particular code or string in the active window. To make a window active, click on the desired name. Finally, you can load a previously saved layout. When you generate your code, if you want to synchronize the output and input, simply right-click on the line you want to synchronize and select Synchronize. You can also synchronize a message in the console to the macros or input file. The corresponding line in the output will be shown.